Hi, I'm Sandy McVeigh, and this is the first of two videos talking about how to use PowerPoint to resize your images for the web. First of all, we'll talk about how to resize individual pictures. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a look at a folder of random images I have for you. And this is right now showing in the detail view. Let's put it in the film strip view. Okay, and you can see each of the pictures one by one, and they all look about the same size. Some are a little more portrait, some are a little more landscape, but they seem, to our eye, the same size. I'd like to switch the view and have you look at the details. Okay. You'll see the name, type, size, and dimensions are revealed right now on these images, and I'd like you to right-click at the top of any of those columns, and you'll see name, size, type. None of the other options are checked, but now when I go to more, I also want to see the dimensions. Okay, so make sure dimensions are checked and click OK. So we see the name, we see the type. GIFs, PNGs, JPEGs are the most common types of picture formats that you'll see on the web. If you want something with a transparent background, you'll have to use a GIF or a PNG. JPEGs always have a solid color, or will substitute white in the background if you don't have a color. And let's look at the size. So we like seeing something under 100K. That's a good size to load. We have to remember that the screens can only show up to 72 pixels per inch on a computer screen. So things through the web will be displayed at that resolution. So let's think about that. If something, the dimension of something is 720, that's going to be 10 inches in one direction. Right here we have a picture that the file size is 223K and the dimension is 1200 by 900. So that's larger than even that very large 10-inch viewing. Okay, then when we throw into the mix that these pictures are normally taken with somebody's digital camera, and the resolution is done in megapixels nowadays for those high quality photos. Well, we need to bring that scale down so that those photos load quickly on your website. Okay, so we're going to focus on Chuck's dog's photo and work on reducing the file size and the dimensions. Okay, so I'm going to just go back to PowerPoint and open a new document. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to go to the Insert ribbon and the Picture group. I'll go to that Random Images folder. I'm already here, and I'll choose Chuck's Dogs and choose Insert. When a picture comes in, it's automatically selected, and you'll see the Picture Tools Contextual tab and the Format ribbon. If for some reason you're not seeing the Format ribbon, just click the word Format and you'll see the things that apply to that picture. One thing that you'll see is the measurement, and the measurement here is 6 inches by 8 inches. That's going to be very large on the web. Okay, so first of all, I want to go to the Design menu, and I also want to get rid of this white background. Okay, I don't want that white frame around this picture. And I'm going to go to the Page Setup group. Now we know that Chuck's dog's picture was 8 inches wide by 6 inches high. I want to cut that down even more. I'm going to cut those dimensions in half to make it 4 inches wide by 3 inches high. And I'll click OK. To our eye, we really don't see much of a difference. But if we click on the picture and go back to the Format ribbon, we'll see that the picture is now reduced to 2.4 by 3.2. And that's because it hasn't, it kept that white border. We could manually drag the picture to a certain size, or we could simply type a 3 and a 4. Okay, and that will bring it to the exact same size as the slide. Sometimes you may have the lock aspect ratio on, and what will happen is when you change one dimension, it'll change the other. Sometimes it won't. Basically, if the picture is not doing what you want, click the dialog box open and uncheck the lock aspect ratio and see if that gives you what you want. Alright, so now we've reduced the size of the picture, but I actually want to compress the value of the picture as well. So from the picture tools, I'm going to the formatting toolbar, I'm going to choose compress, and I'm going to look at the options. So normally it would be to compress to print quality, which is 220 points per inch or pixels per inch. Okay, we're going to actually choose the email or web quality of 96 pixels per inch, and we'll click OK. Click OK again, and we saw hardly anything happen there. Okay, so now we need to save this as an image file because you can't just post a PowerPoint on your web page. So we'll go to the Office button or the File menu, wherever that is, okay, and choose Save As. The big tricky thing here is that we don't want to save it as a PowerPoint. We want to save it as, and you choose the image type of your choice. You could choose a GIF, you could choose a JPEG, or you could choose a PNG. Either of those three is perfectly fine. I'm going to choose a JPEG because that's the most common. I'm going to go to Desktop, and I'm going to go back to my Random Images folder. Okay, and I'm going to call this Chuck's Dog Small. Make sure it's JPEG format and click Save. Okay, we'll just do it for the current slide only, and then we'll just minimize PowerPoint. Now take a look. If I organize this by name, we'll see Chuck's Dogs was a JPEG. The original was 223K, 1200 by 900. The reformatted one is Chuck's Dogs Small, 16K, 384 by 288. And if I double click on it to take a look at it, we'll see that it hasn't lost any value when we're looking at it on the computer. If we look at it in the film strip, we'll see that the two images side by side appear the same through the computer. Okay, so I hope this is a helpful way to show you how to reformat and compress the size of a single image using PowerPoint. The next video will show how you can do a batch of similarly sized images.